This problem says simplify the given expression and write your answer with positive exponents. Well, when I look at this, I have two negative exponents. This one right here and this one right here. But the steps to make each one of them positive is different. And actually, there's more than one way to simplify this problem. Some people want to deal with all the negativity first, and other people are like, nah, I want to get rid of the parentheses first. I'm kind of like, I see those parentheses and my brain's just hearing order of operations where the parentheses are like, do me first, do me first. So I'm going to get rid of the parentheses first. What I have is a bunch of junk inside parentheses raised to the -5th power. Now, I'm going to need an exponent rule, which says if you have x raised to some power a, and that is immediately raised to another power b, then it's going to be x raised to the a times b. And I can use this rule for both the numerator and the denominator. So, what I'm going to have here is an x raised to the, and I'm going to write this step out. You're going to take the -4 and multiply it times the -5. I'll do the same thing with the denominator. I'm going to take the +4 and multiply it times the -5. I am using this rule right here for both the numerator and the denominator. And of course, now I'm going to simplify that. When you take a -4 times a -5, a negative times a negative is a positive, and 4 times 5 is 20. And then for the y, a positive times a negative is a negative, and 4 times 5 is 20. Now that gets rid of the parentheses. But now I still have a negative exponent in my denominator right here. Now, in order to make that positive, I am going to use a rule that says, okay, if you have x to the -a, that is the same thing as 1 over x to the +a. But there's also another rule that goes along with it, which says, and I'll do this one in green, if you have 1 over x to the -a, that would simply equal x to the +a. Now, when you look at each one of these, technically, this right here is over a +1, and this right here is over a +1. What you're doing is you're flipping it over to its reciprocal. And when you do that, negative exponents change into positives. What I like to say is, if you have a negative exponent in your numerator, you send him to the denominator to get positive. If you have a negative exponent in your denominator, you send him to the numerator to get positive. Or since this guy is up north and he ain't happy, send him south. He's going to Florida. He wants to be to the beach. Or if you got somebody down here in Florida who's being all negative and unhappy because they hate hot weather, send them north where it's cold and snowy. All right, so this final answer, you're going to leave the x to the 20 by himself. He's up there in the numerator. He's already positive and happy. The y is going to come up to join him, and that's going to be y to the 20th. This is my final answer. Okay, and again, that's just one way to work that problem. If I go back to Mobius, they've got all this stuff about to enter an exponent, use the caret symbol, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes they give me the option for the sigma thing, and it's not on this one. It's very frustrating. It's not on this one. So for this one, I do have to follow their directions. So I have to hit X, And then you have to use the caret symbol right here as your exponent. And that's going to be shift number 6 on my keyboard. There's the caret button. That says that the next number I type, which is a 20, is really going to be the, the exponent. Also, if you are multiplying two variables, always include a multiplication sign between the symbols. For example, if you want to enter xy, then type x. Really? Okay. Now they want that. So that would be shift 8. There's the little asterisk. And then I'm going to go y, shift 6 for the caret, and then a 20. How'd it do? Green. Woohoo! All right. I wonder if I can go in and do it again. No, it looks identical like theirs. So they want everything. My initial gut was not to type that asterisk, but then when I read their directions. So if all else fails, people, read their directions.